Dobre.
Good morning.
And welcome to the West Side. I am Walt Gutowski, son of Walt Gutowski Sr. and Lorraine Topolsky-Gutowski, which means I am a Polish thoroughbred, 100%. And we're so excited to be here. We are in the midst of Pulaski Days.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing my Pulaski Day t-shirt. And Pulaski Days is a time where us Poles and those who wish they were Poles get together to have a great time. In fact, there is a Dutch guy here in town. He thought it was, he just thought it was so cool, all the fun that we have as Poles here. He wanted to figure out a way to extend that celebration. So you might know this guy. His name is DeVos, Rick DeVos. And so he created this thing called Art Prize, which really surrounds Pulaski Days. It's a few days before Pulaski Days and a few days after. And of course, it's all about art, and that's what we're here today for. So to pay tribute to Mr. Ketchel, to pay tribute to his sculptor of his likeness, Anne, who has blessed us with this work of art. The west side of Grand Rapids is really quite a resilient place. And many people that started here on Bridge Street have that resiliency, and I believe Stanley Ketchel and this sculpture will really be a testimony to that resiliency. Let me give you a few examples. Sitting right in the front row here, Mr. Bob Sullivan, boxer himself, started out here on Bridge Street. He worked so hard and worked through the night as a child that he often got in trouble in school for the nuns hitting him because he was sleeping at his desk. True story. My own grandfather, right over here at the tracks, born same year as Stanley Ketchel. They may have been friends. I don't know that because I never met my grandfather. But run over by a train right over there and survived it. Another guy starting out here at the Red Line restaurant, which was first over here where the expressway is, and it came down, and later it came to this building right here. Pete Christopoulos, you might know him. He didn't know any English when he came to this town. Now you know him as Mr. Burger, as he has 7 Mr. Burgers here in Grand Rapids. So that resiliency of the West Side, that resiliency of Grand Rapids, when we recently went through our downturn here in the state, which town held up the state of Michigan? Here at Grand Rapids, due to all the great philanthropists that we have here in Grand Rapids. And of course, 2 of the philanthropists that we really want to thank today are Peter and Joan Secchia. And yes, I first met Peter when I was a teenager, and my father and I were going to listen to him speak to the Printers Association. And my dad said, make sure you listen to this guy. He's a hard worker. My dad always said, you got to work hard. I told my kids, work hard, good things will come your way. That day when I heard Peter, he said, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And that's always stuck with me, Peter. I never thought I'd get to have him become my mentor and spend so much time with him over these past 8 years. Another thing he said to me is, Walter, you have to have a treasure before you can share your treasure. And Peter and Joan, you certainly have shared your treasure with this community over and over again. So for that, Joan, I have some flowers for you. Peter said, are all those gifts there in there for, and Peter, there's none for you, I'm sorry. But Peter, I do have a Polish cookbook. All the recipes of my mother's, my grandma's, and their friends' recipes. Half the book is in Polish, the other half is in English. That's for you, Peter.
Pull that out of the back pocket.
I'd also like to recognize my colleague in the First Ward. I call him my partner in common sense. Commissioner Dave Schaefer, our comptroller, is here as well. And former representative and County Commissioner Michael Sack, I believe, is somewhere as well. There it is. So, again, we want to thank you all for coming out. This is a great, great day here in the Polish community, and just got another set of flowers here. I'd like to present this to our sculptor Ann as well. Thank you for this beautiful gift to our beloved West Side.
She says I look just like the boxer. She's like,
And lastly, as I said, I'm all about Pulaski Days and being proud to be Polish. So much so that on this weekend, my wife and I, Amy, will celebrate 30 years of marriage together on this weekend. Yes, we got married in a Polish hall over at 9th Street Hall. And so, you don't have to come up, Aim, but I can't give flowers to other women without having some for you. So, thank you all for being here.
I didn't read the poem there.